This article is titled, Healthcare Workers' Attitudes to Working During Pandemic Influenza, a Qualitative Study, and was authored by Judith Petz, Christine Gratis, Heather Draper, Jane Parry, Sheila Greenfield, Jonathan Ives, Tom Sorrell, and Sue Wilson.
Healthcare workers will play a key role in any response to pandemic influenza, and the UK healthcare system's ability to cope during an influenza pandemic will depend, to a large extent, on the number of HCWs who are able and willing to work through the crisis. UK emergency planning will be improved if planners have a better understanding of the reasons UK HCWs may have for their absenteeism, and what might motivate them to work during an influenza pandemic. HCWs across a range of roles and grades tended to feel motivated by a sense of obligation to work through an influenza pandemic. Perceived barriers to the ability to work included being ill oneself, transport difficulties, and childcare responsibilities. Perceived barriers to the willingness to work included prioritizing the well-being of family members, a lack of trust in and goodwill towards the NHS, a lack of information about the risks and what is expected of them during the crisis, fear of litigation, and the feeling that employers do not take the needs of staff seriously. Although our participants tended to feel a general obligation to work during an influenza pandemic, there are barriers to working, which, if generalizable, may significantly reduce the NHS workforce during a pandemic. The barriers identified are both barriers to willingness and to ability.
We are article.tv. Links in the description below.